Once you understand the truth and you see the real truth, and, there's things that produce fruit that you can eat of, but then there's things that look good and delicious, and they are, but really, you end up stuck and injured from eating it. It's kind of a metaphor of how things are in the world, because we're not supposed to eat the tree, all the fruit from the different trees. There are some fruits that look good. Of course, that was a blackberry bush, figure of speech. But when you realize the truth and you see the thorns and briars on the ones that you thought were good and really weren't, they hurt you. Even though they look good and it tastes good to the mouth, once you digest it, sure is bitter. Because those thorns and briars hurt. We had to come to this part, and everybody's panicked because they're not walking by faith. But we would still be where we were if all this destruction, by their own two hands, mind you, hadn't come. That's how the truth can be revealed. So, when we demand for man to rule over us and demand for them to provide, we become slaves to their system. Their system is falling. There is a point that there is no return from, and we have reached that. Because of greed and selfishness, of wanting to rule over people and live off the backs of people instead of working together to endure things, they will fall. Now, when we see this, we have to know God still got us, and He won't be mocked. We just have to realize what the real truth is. Things are being uncovered. The land is changing. Do you see it? How trees fall and the land gives way and the land changes. That's what we're going through right now. And many are afraid, and you have to run to the Father. He is the only protection. No man in this world is going to be able to provide you that peace and comfort that only the Father that created every one of us has given us from His Spirit. There are many that are being baptized by fire. The fiery trials and tribulations of life. But staying faithful, knowing God's got you, is not an easy thing and not an easy path to walk. Everything is being uncovered and exposed. And there's no rock or cave that you can hide under, because that too is coming down. The best thing you can do is be honest and tell the truth. The lies are going to be stopped. Those of you that have been going through the worst time of your life, when you hit rock bottom, is when God could do His best work, because then you know it's by his hand, his power, and not of ourselves or anyone else. He can make that path lay out straight in front of you when the time comes and appointed. Man has a stage and is playing games with people and is driving them to insanity. You have to turn that off. You have to stop watching that. That is going to do nothing but destroy your peace that only the Father can provide for you. He already knows the enemy's plans beginning to end, and they're already caught in their own traps. They just don't see it yet. That's walking by faith. And as time unfolds, things are revealed. Can't all be revealed at once, because then the enemy would completely understand. I haven't figured it all out. Nobody has. And if they say they have figured it all out, run like hell from those people, because they are liars. And those who have plans that repeat in history, you better come clean, and you better come clean now. This is the last warning. Because you remember the little book called The Emperor Has No Clothes? And they made the emperor think he had clothes, and he really didn't. And the only one that spoke up with the truth was a child. Yeah. The whole world is going to see that. There's only one that is going to establish his kingdom. And those of you that are at your wit's end and don't feel like you can take another step, call out to the Father. He can stand you up in his presence and give you strength. These trials and tribulations we have gone through are to qualify you in where you are going to fit into the kingdom. Man thinks that they're going to keep continuing, and they're telling lies and deception, although they are kind of listening to the truth of others and trying to take it and twist it yet again in history. Everything repeats. But I do believe the Father is coming with vengeance. And I'm not joking. I have seen the fiery eyes. He first appeared into his own, those that believe in him, not the fakes of the world. Their kingdom is being thrown down. They're struggling to hang on. And there will come a point that they will fall. And we will see they were nothing but men and had no power really, because it was all fake. They won't have answers to explain things that will happen and go on. They've been blinded. You know, the devil had his own thing of lies and deception, just as he told subtly to Eve. He's doing it again, only this time the Creator, he's going to use it for his glory. What the enemy means for bad, Father's going to use for his glory and not no man.